Welcome back to the show. We now continue our profile of top ice climber Danny Arnold.
Sometimes Danny's goals have been a little closer to home. Just 2 hours from his house is the world-renowned Breitbandflur. It possesses some of the longest and hardest ice and mixed routes in Europe.
The Breitbandflur was one of my highlights this year. Climbing 3 different routes on one day was a big challenge for me. I got started with the Flying Circus, then did Mach 3 and finished up with Crack Baby. The weather was a bit of an issue. It was extremely cold, -16.
Das Wetter war nicht so gut. Es war extrem kalt, es war -16 Grad.
I have a special relationship with the Flying Circus route, as I climbed it on site in 2008.
Geklettert und ich bin die Route damals on-site geklettert. Die zweite Route.
I took my climbing a step further by succeeding on the second route, Mach 3. Many famous climbers have failed at this roof, which is a grade of M9. I managed to climb it on site. That was really a big milestone for me personally.
Für mich persönlich echte Meilensteine.
Danny started the 340 metres of Crack Baby at 4:30 in the afternoon. At this time, most people would be heading home. By the time it had gone dark, Danny was more determined than ever, head torch on and getting it done. He reached the top at 9 o'clock in the evening, cold, exhausted and speechless.
It's a bit like playing in front of your home crowd. Sometimes it's great to see that some goals can be so close.
Solche Ziele so nahe liegen.
Most recently, Danny went on a Mammut team trip to Norway, not for a first ascent, new line or speed attempt, but for a very different reason, to create entirely unique ice climbing imagery. The team of climbers, lighting designers, cinematographers and a comprehensive production crew all headed 3 hours east of Bergen to Eidfjord in Norway.
On the one hand, I wanted to contribute to getting great night shots with that special lighting. On the other hand, I just wanted to climb a couple of great routes in Norway. It was my first time over there.
Auch in Norwegen, weil das war mein erstes Mal dort, wollte ich einfach coole Routen klettern.
This newly discovered secret has quickly become known in ice climbing circles as one of the best places in the world for winter climbing. At over 500 metres high, this gorge offers not only long routes, but also a real variety of lines, caves, waterfalls and ice structures. This, combined with the short days and long nights, was exactly what the team were after. They started by scoping out some of the routes to see where would be the most spectacular place to set up.
The most important people were, of course, our photographer Thomas Senf and our cameraman Joseph.
Videomann, der Joseph.
You know, a cinematographer loves light, and you know, we're talking about light, we're talking about aesthetic, we're talking about, you know, ice particles and these climbers at night and the grueling and steam coming out of their mouths, and I was like, yes, let's go. Where do I sign?
The idea was to use the glowing, changing ice falls as theatrical backdrop to create unique stills and film footage. It was going to be a mammoth undertaking. 500 metres of cable and special LED lights had to be set in the ice, and the only way that could be done was by the professional climbers who had to be coached in lighting techniques. The team chose 3 different locations to give a real diversity in the footage. The climbers enjoyed lots of different routes, but one of the long ice veins stood out as being really special at night when lit up, especially because there was a perfect vantage point from above.
The idea is to light that fall, that ice fall there, right in back there. It's more than 200 meters. The idea is to place them strategically so that the maximum amount of the ice fall is visible.
Also visible from the cliff top was another interesting location that was going to be lit with flares rather than lights.
Look at that. See, now that's like, as a cameraman, you're very, very lucky.
There was a huge waterfall that still had running water. This was going to give a moody feel when night fell, although a very hard place to light due to the flares being extinguished by the water. And finally, the pièce de résistance, the Ice Cathedral.
As the sun went down and the lights came up, it was just amazing. The image was just unbelievable, and they weren't even seeing that image because they were in the ice, and we're over here like in the luxury position, looking at all the wonderful work that they've done, and it was just miraculous. It was beautiful.
The land of the frost giants proved fruitful for the team as they came away with some of the most striking images ever captured in ice climbing.
Am Schluss ist immer irgendwie nur die
At the end of the day, I only remember the good things. All the strain and everything that went wrong, they're not important anymore. It's the positive moments that stick in your mind.
Einfach die schönen Sachen und das ist auch völlig cool so.